independent in thought and punk rock in life. It's the Chad Benson Show.
The yeas are 59, the nays are 41. The joint resolution is passed.
Congress formally rebuking the president's emergency declaration. And just minutes after the Senate vote was in, President Trump tweeted just one word, veto, which is exactly what the president said he would do if the measure passed. 12 Republicans voted with the 47 Democrats, despite the White House's efforts all week to keep the party united. Many Republicans feared Trump's move was setting a dangerous precedent.
Wouldn't it be funny if that's all he just covfefe? People are like, oh my God, there it is again. Covfefe. No, it's worse than veto. That's like double secret veto. Covfefe. Yeah, not a shocker. He's going to veto it and we move on. Let the fight begin. The usuals were out there doing the things that they do.
What we've seen over the last few years, unfortunately, is the president fear-mongering, scapegoating immigrants. There is a humanitarian crisis, but there is no invasion.
Chuck?
The Senate has sent a strong message to President Trump that under our Constitution, the executive branch and the legislative branch are co-equal. Thanks to the framers of the Constitution, the United States of America has no king, and we never will.
So there you go. So what does it mean? Well, it means, first of all, it means nothing anyways. Right? It means nothing anyways, because even if they wanted to give him money, lawsuits are going to be filed by the resistance states, right? So even if the Republicans would have passed it, California, it was going to file a lawsuit. There were going to be numerous groups. This was always ending up in the place it's going to end up. It's just how are we going to get there? And we're going to get there in a much quicker way. And so here we go. You know, it is what it is. I think he's upset that 12, I think he thought 6, 7 may, but 12 senators said nah. For a ton of reasons, not just, it's not just they're rhinos. Some of them are conservatives, but they're worried about, well, if this sets a precedent, what is the next president if it's not Trump and if it's a Democrat, right? What's that next president going to do? What about climate change? What about this? What about that? That was the worry for some. For some, it's like, hey, you know what? This is the Constitution, and we believe you've owned your boundaries. And as a conservative, more than a Republican, they're looking at that. And for others, you got big donors, right? They're okay with a little bit of the open border thing. They're out with it, right? So there you go. But it was always ending up with the 9. That's what I call them, the 9. Although, what did I say when the Democrats freak out? It's like, this is going to change everything. They're already talking about, well, maybe we should make it 13 judges. Right, maybe we'll do that because there is no limit on judges. You can have 50 judges, 51, 100 judges. So maybe we'll make it 13 is the new number I've heard now. We'll add 4 judges. 4 judges. So we'll see, but not a shocker. You know what else is a shocker? I want you guys to hold on to your hats and glasses, okay? I want you guys. Because something happened. There was like a split, okay? Do you guys know Francis O'Rourke? Oh, you don't?
Do you foresee yourself one day running for the president of the United States?
The answer is no. Our children are 11, they're 10, and they're 7 years old. We're devoted and committed to being a family. That's what we're focused on.
That I'm not looking at 2020, and in fact, I'm completely ruling that out. Not going to do that.
No matter what, win or lose, you're not going to run in 2020.
Win or lose, I'm not running in 2020. I will not be a candidate for president in 2020.
Okay, that right there is Robert Francis O'Rourke. That guy. He's like, I'm hanging out with my kids. I love my kids. They're like this tall and this tall and this tall. And that's my wife. And you know what? I'm just kind of hanging out. And I've been working hard. And the whole thing with that guy that I ran against, that guy. And oh, my God, there's just no way that I could ever dream of running. But then, you guys didn't know, that was Francis. This is Beto.
I'm running to serve you as the next president of the United States of America. This is a defining moment of truth for this country and for every single one of us.
See that right there? Right? Like Superman? Like one's Clark Kent? It's like, hi, I'm Francis. I'm Francis O'Rourke. I'm going to hang out with my family and we're just going to relax. I'm Francis. How you doing over there? Robert. Everybody calls me Francis, right? O'Rourke. I'm a little bit Irish, right? But when stuff goes down, when you need somebody.
The challenges that we face right now, the interconnected crises in our economy, our democracy, and our climate have never been greater. And they will either consume us or they will afford us the greatest opportunity to unleash the genius of the United States of America.
There you go, kids. There you go. Are you guys getting that? Are you picking up what I'm putting down? Are you getting that? That's when he just rips off his open-buttoned polo shirt, right? Rolled up sleeves and cardigan. And he flicks his hair to one side, and he throws on his Vans, and he hops on his skateboard, and then Beto O'Rourke to the rescue. So he's running for president, and it's going to be very interesting. He is. I've said that when I look at these candidates, right? Somebody, for all of those out there who are like Trump, MAGA, 2020, somebody's going to run against him. And as a person that's looking here, I start thinking to myself, okay, you're going to run against him. My question to you is, who's going to be able to hold their own, right? Who's going to be able to hold their own in that situation? On stage, lights, camera, action, battle-hardened, tested, has been hammered for 4 years by the establishment media, and may have gone through an impeachment and survived it. And before all of that happened, he bested 495 candidates that the Republicans put out there. He likes a fight. Not only does he like a fight, he's also looking for a fight. And he loves the big stage. So who's going to do it, right? Bernie's going to sit up there, 1%, do what you guys under 1%. Kamala Harris would be very interesting. Absolutely. Biden, I think, would somewhat hold his own. That stage is a big thing, man. Mike Tyson said it. Everybody's got a plan till you punch him in the face. And then he's like, it's Mike Tyson, right? Everybody's got a plan. So who could it be? This guy holds a crowd. This guy holds an audience, and this guy can fundraise.
It's not a big surprise, but it is significant in the sense that if you go to betting markets, if you actually want to bet on who the Democratic nominee will be, then he is one of the 4 top contenders, along with Joe Biden, Bernie Sanders, and Kamala Harris.
Yeah. And name recognition for a guy who was he one term in Congress, ran for Senate in a red state against Ted Cruz, outraised him big time, put up a hell of a fight, made it way too close for a lot of people there, may have started a movement of some people think of starting to turn it from red to purple in Texas. On a national stage, he'll do much better, a lot of people think. So, is it possible? Yeah, it's possible. But when I look and think, okay, who can hold their own in that situation? It's a tough thing. Trump is quick-witted. He's not afraid to start out by walking out and kicking you straight in the grundle. He's not afraid of that. So that's going to be one of the things that's going to be very, very interesting when people start to unpack, all right, because as a person, like you got to look at it from the big picture. There are people behind the scenes. Cult of personality matters so much. So much. This guy's got personality. He feels like, he's that kind of guy that like the Foo Fighters will call him on stage and he'll go play guitar with him or drums or something like that. He's that kind of cat. He's got that coolish factor, right? And it matters nowadays when policy doesn't matter as much because there's 5,000 people behind you who's going to be handing you the policies that they want to have out there. And so you've got to make that happen. And your way of doing that is selling the hell out of it to the American people. He's going to occupy a lane that may not be touched, right? Biden may be just center left. He may be just left of Biden, but not so far left as to scare everybody away because he'll still embrace capitalism. So it's going to be very interesting to see how he does. But for somebody who did one stint in Congress, I think, and he lost to Ted Cruz, this guy's got some name recognition. Vanity Fair, 60 Minutes. I think it'll be very interesting. And it's the money, too. Got to think about the money. The money he can raise. You know what I was thinking last night, speaking of running? Because they're already starting to get Bernie crap. Wouldn't it be hilarious if Bernie, right, like they screw him over again. He's like, screw it, I'm going to run as an independent. And just take, at this point in time, not going to be around long enough that I don't really care anymore. I'm just going to screw you. This is the last time you screw me. That would make me laugh. I don't think it's going to happen. But it would be interesting. 323-538-2423 at Chad Benson Show is your Twitter. You can tweet at us. Love hearing from all of you kids. Oh, man. My Pillow. My Pillow. Here's the best thing I can say about My Pillow. That's what happens. I'm out like a light. And I do cartoon snores. Everything I do is cartoon. It's so good, you know? When you call them up, right, 800-944-4975, they might ask you some questions like, what side do you sleep on? Right? Are you a back sleeper? How big are your shoulders? Things like that. They want to know why, because there's several different things they're going to do. Show you how to get the most out of your MyPillow. And it is so nice. And I just got sheets from them today. My dog's got the MyPillow, although Winston, the big lizard, tends to take it. It's just awesome. It really, really is. Put your skepticism like I did to the test. Nothing to lose. They got a money-back guarantee going on. 100% machine washable and dryable. Made in the USA. Backed by a 10-year warranty. 4 pillows. 2 premium, 2 go anywhere. Half the price. Free shipping. Going on right now. Their money-back guarantee. Call 800-944-4975 or go to MyPillow.com. Use the promo code Benson. It's MyPillow.com. Promo code Benson. 4 pillows. 2 premium pillows. 2 go anywhere pillows. Half the price. MyPillow.com, MyPillow.com, promo code Benson. It's the Chad Benson Show.
No fake outrage here, just the real thing. The Chad Benson Show.
I'm very proud of the Connecticut Supreme Court, most important of the families because of their courage and strength. And this decision will potentially change the legal landscape so that more gun manufacturers can be held accountable.
That's Dick Blumenthal right there, Connecticut. And what he's talking about is Sandy Hook. So there was a ruling originally that the victims could not sue Remington, the maker of the AR-15 rifle that Adam Lanza used. And they appealed it, went up to the Connecticut Supreme Court, and they overruled and overturned that decision. And they're now able to move forward in a lawsuit holding them responsible for what took place on that horrible day. And this was very interesting. The ruling allows the plaintiffs to move forward with claims that Remington's marketing campaigns violated Connecticut's consumer protection law, which prohibits advertising and marketing that is immoral and unscrupulous. And I'm just trying to think to myself, what? Like, you know, Phil and I are like, I'm sure there was a deer and like woods, like people in the woods, people in like orange vest with some camouflage. I don't know. I don't know. But this opens up potentially a hornet's nest big time for not just here in this case, but for cases elsewhere where potentially people who have been killed, hurt, maimed, whatever it is, by a gun could come after the manufacturer of the gun.
The gun manufacturers have enjoyed a complete legal immunity, an absolute shield, virtually unique among any businesses.
But this is the argument that everybody's going to make, and I see where people are going with this, right, is the gun didn't kill anybody. He got the gun. Didn't he kill his mother to get the gun? Isn't that what happened? I mean, I think if I remember the story, it's one of those things where that's one of those things you just want to put out of your mind. But you look at something like this and you say, okay, what's the next product? Are you going to sue because you're an alcoholic? or because this beer, because you want to talk about if you unscrupulous and immoral, if you're going to go after that, couldn't you say that with alcohol? Right? What if the immoral beer commercial caused somebody to go get drunk, which caused somebody then to get in their car, and because of that, the outcome was it hit somebody and they died and their family died. So that's the thing I think that a lot of people work about, not just gun manufacturers. So this is going to be very, very interesting to see which way this thing goes. Speaking of cars,
AAA Motor Club's Beth Mosher says the agency thinks one day automated vehicles will make us safer. But right now, most riders are nervous about driverless cars.
71% of people are afraid to ride in fully self-driving vehicles. And that's down, unfortunately, a little bit from last year when it was 63%.
She says some high-profile negative news is likely driving fears, and the opportunity to interact with partially or fully automated vehicle technology will help remove some of the mystery for consumers.
Yeah, it's fear. People fear it. They fear what they don't know, and it's moving here, and it's going to be embraced by a younger generation. An older generation's not going to want to. I'm totally fine with it. I got no problems with it. I got none. You got a problem? No, I don't. I don't have any problems. I'm ready to roll. Let's do it. Let's do it. I will absolutely. And we had that accident here in Tempe where the person was killed. It was night. The sensors, something, that happened. But it is coming. Is it coming as fast as people want? I don't think it's going to come as fast as some people want, but it's not going to be stopped. It's just not. It's not going to be stopped. So you got to decide which side of history you're going to be on. The side that's like totally ready for it, the side that's going to push back on it. I want the ability to do both. To say, you know what, car, drive me somewhere. And car does that, right? And at the same time, I'll take control. 323-538-2423. At Chad Benson Show is your Twitter. You can tweet at me. I watched something last night on TV. Kids, wait till you hear this. And what happened in San Jose is ridiculous. Chad Benson Show.
The Chad Benson Show.
Independent in thoughts and punk rock in life. It's the Chad Benson Show.
More than half the states in the union have already legalized marijuana in some form or other. They've medicinalized it. They've legalized it for recreational use. We should end the federal prohibition on marijuana.
You want to get high? Oh, Tally's in. Beto O'Rourke could be the next president of the United States. Then again, so could I. So we shall see. We shall see. But he is charming. He's great in front of a crowd. That does matter. I know people say it does. It does matter. It does matter. I could tell you from day one, Chris Christie, no matter how great his politics was, no matter all the things that he could do, he was never going to be elected president. He's for bills. Not going to happen. Got to have a bit of everything, right? There's a reason there's not a ton of just fat, ugly rock stars. Something about you got to have something, right? Got to have something, because we're such a vain world, right? You go back in the 60s and 70s and stuff, you can find some people that weren't, they were like, not anymore, man. There's a look. I was joking around last night. I watched MTV now, Phil, have you ever seen MTV Classic? I didn't know they had this. I found it last night.
Yeah, I've seen it a couple of times. I pretty much scroll by it though.
Okay, for those of you who guys don't, for a younger generation, I was explaining this last night. MTV used to be called music television because they used to play music on the TV. People would do videos of their music, and then they would play it on television. For those of you who are in a generation that is younger, MTV now is just a bunch of guys who run around without their shirt on, who are very tan, and or people who are angry at something that's gone wrong with their champagne. Right? That's what MTV was. So MTV used to be music. So I'm watching it last night, and it was The Reflex. Duran Duran was on. The Reflex. And the entire time I'm watching it, I'm thinking to myself, you know what Duran Duran was? It's a perfect example. Although they could play their instruments, it was basically 5 fashion models who happened to be musicians. If they would have been 300 pounds apiece, no. But they happen to look like fashion models. There is a cult of personality out there. It does matter. And that's what Beto's going to do. He's got a likability factor. Doesn't mean it's going to translate into anything long term because he's going up in an area his biggest check mark against him. Well, he's got a couple of them. He's got a wiener. Check. But he identifies as a cisgendered male, right? He's not the Deborah Messing. You forgot about all the trans people. What about the women who still have wieners? No. He's got that, and he's a cisgendered male. So and he's white. So there's 2 checks against him in the intersectionality of hierarchy for what the left is looking out there. I think Kamala Harris and him would be a hell of a ticket. Right? I do. But we'll see. We'll see. But the cult of personality, kids, absolutely matters. Don't think that it doesn't matter. It does. 100%. California's always been wacky. I think we all know that. It's wackier and wackier and wackier. And we had yet again another situation where a woman was needlessly killed by somebody who on more than a few occasions had been in captivity because he had done something wrong and he was being held and he's in custody. And they're like, yeah, we're not going to turn him over to ICE. And what does he do eventually? He kills. And this guy had a rap sheet, kids. I'm telling you, he had a rap sheet. People in San Jose and people are looking around going, what the hell has happened here? What has happened? Right? You have a 59-year-old woman, Bambi Larson, found dead in her home by a guy that get ready for this. I think it was 9 times he has been held and they would not turn him over. And there was detainers from the U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement. That's ICE. 9 of them since 2016. Under those detainers, local law enforcement agencies hold immigrants for up to 2 days until ICE agents can take custody. But the county has not honored them since 2011. Let's hear about some of these things that this character, I won't use his name, Scumbag. We'll refer to him as Scumbag 1. Some of the things he has done.
Police say he had a long rap sheet, detained at the Texas border and deported in 2013, arrested for possession of paraphernalia and convicted of burglary in San Jose in 2015. In 2016, battery on an officer and resisting arrest, convicted of false imprisonment in 2017. The list goes on.
We will go to the ends of the earth to find a predator like this.
Arevalo Carranza's status in the country is sure to draw scrutiny on the national stage, to which Chief Garcia had this to say.
Those undocumented residents who are not violent or serious criminals should not fear the police. But when we have violent or serious offenders that are preying on our community, we must have the ability to protect our residents.
Absolutely. 110%. If you can't distinguish between somebody who's here illegally, but they're keeping their nose clean, they're not doing anything. They're in the community, they're working their jobs, they're keeping their heads down, their kids are going to school, they're just looking for a better life, right? We can debate the political side of right and wrong and this, that, and the other, but the reality, if you can't distinguish between the two of them, between that and this, you're an idiot. You're an absolute idiot. Bad people need to go. Bad people need to go. When ICE says, hey, hold this guy, he's a bad dude, right? He's been arrested on numerous occasions, not just there. And by the way, he was arrested like a week before he was in their custody, before they arrested him the second time for methamphetamines. All right? I'm just, this is that wackiness of California. This bizarre, weird world where for whatever reason, we talked about this the other day, they're willing to spend $25 million here and $50 million there, and they're willing to do all of these things to protect people, and they look at the citizens and they say, pfft. Well, Chad, when you look at the numbers, they commit crimes. Do they commit crimes less? I'm just curious. Why is it always got to be an us versus them instead of a right versus wrong scenario? And a common sense says, hey, we got a guy in custody who's like really a bad dude. And I think, and ICE is saying we should get rid of him. No, if you do that, then everybody's going to be all upset. And politically, that's not going to be a good situation. And we can't have that because we're protecting everybody. And this person is just a victim of a certain circumstance. And that's the only reason he is the way he is. And blah, 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 blah. A bunch of BS, absolute crap. Crap. Time to rethink some policies. Time to rethink. Absolutely. Right? Like, maybe we step back and go, all right, hold on a second. How about we do this? How about people who are bad, who've committed absolute violent crimes, and they've been detained on more than a few occasions? How about those people, when ICE says we want them, we say, okay, we can hold them? How about we do that? This isn't somebody who has a failure to appear for some sort of misdemeanor. This isn't one of those things where somebody got a DUI and no. We're not talking about that. We're talking about people who've done really bad things, who we know are bad people, who we know have gang affiliation, who have been convicted of other things, including battery of an officer, and holding people against their will. How about people like that? We say to ourselves, maybe it's time to get rid of this character. Maybe it is. Maybe it is. But common sense never seems to prevail in a place where there's no common sense in Sacramento.
Chief Garcia provided many details about the case today, but a motive for the murder wasn't among them. He said that part of the investigation is still ongoing at this time. The chief reinforcing that his department's main purpose here is to protect anyone in San Jose, regardless of their immigration status. But the department should not be made to protect or shield anyone who is an admitted gangster or an admitted felon. He says those people really do need to have a second look at to be deported out of the country, perhaps turned over to ICE.
There you go. It's not the person who's mowing your lawn. It's not the person who's working on your car. It's not the person, right, who is cleaning your house. It's not the person, right, who started their own little small plumbing business. It's not that person. It's this person. It's these kind of people. Oh, people. Yeah, these kind of people. Bad people. Violent people. Awful people who aren't here for the American dream, but instead are here to take as much as they can get and eventually rob somebody else of their American dream. That's just it. It's common sense. But the minute you talk like that, you're a racist. Well, then call me what you want to call me. I don't care. I think we can all agree normal people who aren't bowing down and playing some BS game, even people on the left are like, yeah, why can't we just get rid of people who are bad? Like, why is that an issue? Why are we talking about that? Well, because the way they pitch it is if we protect all, we have to protect all. Because if we don't protect one, we're not protecting any. Huh? Yeah. We've got to protect everybody. What? No. No, you can't just protect everybody but this person. Because that's not protecting everybody, right? To listen to people try to break this down. And then and then people are afraid to, and if this happens, and people who here illegally, you don't think they want this person gone? You don't think they realize that this person makes them look bad? They don't think this person, they're afraid of somebody like this as well? Let me tell you something. One of the reasons, quote unquote, crime in certain areas is underreported because they're terrified of the repercussions. Can't talk about that, though. Racist. 323-538-2423. At Chad Benson Show is your Twitter. You can tweet at us. Love hearing from each and every single one of you. It's very interesting. I was reading a lot today about the Boeing plane. It's a very interesting thing about how they're breaking this thing down, with the software. We're going to touch on that a little bit. It's just how they have done it and what's going on and why the plane may be doing what it's doing and how maybe that's training that could be the big issue here. 323-538-2423 at Chad Benson Show is your Twitter. I got several people texting. It's National Potato Chips Day. What's your go-to potato chip? People are texting in. They're like, oh, man, I love Pringles, which I love Pringles as well, man. Pringles is damn good. I got to be honest. I like Pringles. I like Pringles, but somebody texted in about kettle chips, the Hawaiian kettle chips. And those things are so good. Team Hawaiian hot and sweet kettle chips. Yeah, I'll have a bit of those. Oh, yeah, absolutely. Sign me up. Now I'm hungry. Now I'm absolutely hungry. I probably will get some chips for lunch. You don't know. Maybe I will. Maybe I won't. 323-538-2423 at Chad Benson Show. Twitter. Costly repairs. You don't want them. Doesn't matter what it is. When it comes to your car, there's a way to prevent costly repairs coming out of your pocketbook. That's called Car Shield. You can't put a price on your family's safety and security on the road. You got something going on with your car. You could be worried about it, but maybe you don't. What am I going to do? I don't have the warranty anymore. That's where Car Shield comes in. With Car Shield, you get 24/7 roadside assistance, right? You get a free rental car where your car's in the shop, and you get to choose the shop it goes to. Why does that matter? Well, when it comes to that, think about this. Some of these places will tell you, well, you got to take the car here. Those places are going to get you in and out as fast as possible, as cheap as possible. They don't really care about your safety and what happens to your car. They just want you out of their shop. With Car Shield, you take it to a place you trust. You take it to the dealership. They get them paid directly. You pay a small deductible. It's that simple. Save yourself thousands of future car repairs. Get covered by the ultimate and extended vehicle protection like I did. Call 800-CAR-6100. Mention code Benson and visit carshield.com. Use code Benson to save 10%. That's carshield.com. Code Benson saves you 10%. A deductible may apply. It's the Chad Benson Show.
Running with scissors sounds great compared to this.
Say woo! People are texting in. Chad, when does somebody become, like, who gets to decide, you know, who's bad and who's good? Once they cross that border, they're breaking the law. Let's be real. If you've committed felonies, there you go, right? That's what we're talking about. We know what we're talking about. Common sense is this is it. You've committed a felony or several. That is. So you had a guy who committed a ton of felonies, has been wanted by ICE on 9 separate occasions while in custody, and San Jose and crazy California will not comply. He gets out and kills a woman. This common sense says bad people need to go away, and people that are here illegally will say the same thing. But the politics of it all in crazy California and other sanctuary cities and places that want to be sanctuary states across the country, it's coming to a neighborhood near you. So be prepared. 323-538-2423 at Chad Benson Show is your Twitter. All right, how many times should you shower? Experts are now telling you. Here it is. They say, and this is the person, Columbia University School of Nursing, Dr. Elaine Larson, infectious disease expert, by the way, says showering is mostly for aesthetic reasons, right? It does remove odor and you know, things of that nature, especially if you're working out in the hot sun and things of that nature, going to work out and that kind of stuff. But just washing your hands regularly will protect you from illnesses. Bathing too often actually has downsides, including drying up skins, which then opens up gaps for infection, causing germs to slip through. So a couple, 2-3 times a week is okay, right? You don't have to do it every day. But people do because it's the aesthetic side of things, right? They want to feel like you're washing. Sometimes it's just like you're washing the yuck in the day away. Even if you're not stinky or smelly or anything, you're just washing it away. It's been a tough day, or I just want to start fresh and new, and it refreshes you. And that's the aesthetic side of things. Some of the other things they look at, the ideal man has short hair, his nails are cut short, clean shaven, or like a beard, but not too big and crazy. Natural complexion without the use of creams, doesn't wear jewelry, and wears cologne. The ideal woman shaves her legs, wears jewelry, wears perfume, has long hair, does not wear her hair up, does not wear a ton of makeup, and uses skin creams. There you go. How about that? 323-538-2423. Hey, Blink Home Security is amazing. They've got an amazing deal going on right now with their Blink Outdoor XT camera systems. 20% off. Incredible. It's going off. Got to hurry, though. Sale ends March 16th at midnight Eastern. Let me tell you with Blink, everything about it is incredible. Motion-activated indoor-outdoor cameras. You can monitor the inside of your home when you're out there and make sure the outside of the home is protected, and that's when you want to know when somebody's outside if they're trying to get inside. That kind of protection is absolutely priceless, and their deal right now is incredible. 20% off, again, their outdoor XT camera system. It's until midnight Eastern, March 16th. Visit blinkprotect.com/sale to get this amazing deal. Blinkprotect.com/sale. Blinkprotect.com/sale. You're going to love it. I do it. I use it. I go there. I've got the live feed. Check out, see what's going on inside and outside of my house, even when I'm not there. You will love it. Blinkprotect.com/sale. Blink is an Amazon company and works with Alexa. At Chad Benson Show, Twitter, ChadBenson. Chad Benson Show.
This is the Chad Benson Show.